Join me today as I try Pizza Hut in New Zealand. I'm very hungry right now and I'm excited for this. I did already place an online order for some of the stuff, but I gotta order everything else. So let's go ahead and go inside and get that order. How's it going? I placed a pickup order for 10:15, but I've also got to order a couple more things. I'm going to get the Big New Yorker with the pepperoni, and then a steak and cheese pan, and then I'm going to get the cheesy garlic double decker, and then a buffalo tear and share.
15 minutes, thank you.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So 15 minutes, not that bad to wait. I'm going to sit in my car for those 15 minutes because it's cold out here. What better way to spend a Saturday morning than going to Pizza Hut the minute they open? I'm sorry to that worker. And so you saw everything that I ordered, but I also said I placed an online order too. So that online order has a cheese pan, just a regular cheese pan. I got it for free because I had a survey code from a receipt. And then it also has a 5 count of the peri peri seasoned chicken wings. It's about 10:15 now, so it's one of my first orders supposed to be done. I gotta go inside and pay for that one now too. It smells so good in here. I see some of it finishing up in there.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Just have to inform you, I'm extremely sorry, we sold out all our pan-based extra large. So I made extra large with the cheese on the side.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay.
You're right, can you everything?
Yep, I got it. I got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Super nice employee in there. Nicest people in New Zealand. I've got a whole tower of boxes. I've got 6 different things. Let me get all these in the car now. Oh, this smells so good. And I better get home quick. The new signature whenever I get pizza in my car. Gotta buckle it in. Protect the investment. So I'm headed home right now. Gotta get there quick so I can try this stuff before it cools down. Thankfully, I made it home fine without dropping any of these boxes. I'm going to bring all of this inside before I eat it so I don't make a mess in my car like I did in my last couple of videos. If you've watched them, you know. If not, go check them out after this one. And just like that, I'm back in my room and I've got heaps of food to review. So I'm going to start off with the first item, which is going to be, the first item is whatever I choose the first item is going to be is what it's going to be. The first item are going to be the peri peri wings. I've never had wings from any Pizza Hut before, so I won't have anything to compare these to, but I'm just hoping they're going to taste good. So these ones were 10 New Zealand dollars for the box of 5. They smell really good. I think this is what I was smelling the whole time. 5 peri peri wings covered in peri peri sauce. They really are covered in peri peri sauce. That's a lot of sauce on there, but this is how they're supposed to be because this is what they look like online. They weren't tossed in sauce. It's like breaded wings. I'm gonna prepare this time and I'm putting this in my lap instead of trying not to make a mess because I don't think I'll be able to successfully do that. I'll try and prevent the cleanup. Look at that, just load of sauce on there. Let me get a bite of this while it's still hot. That's all right. Does anybody else eat the cartilage? I would have never ate the cartilage, but I've been going to Chinese places here and they serve the cartilage and I've tried it and it's fine, like as a dish itself, so I just eat it now. I really like this. The chicken's nice and juicy, soft meat. The sauce is like pretty nice. I don't know, I think peri peri sauce is normally this way, but it's not spicy. It's just got a slight spice flavor to it and it's just kind of like tangy, very slightly sweet and spicy. Now look at my fingers. I knew that was gonna happen from a wing. There's no way of avoiding it. Between the flavor combo of the peri peri sauce and that nice juicy meat, I'm going to give them just a flat out 7 out of 10. I think they're worthy of a 7 out of 10. I'd order these again for sure. Next off, I think this one's gonna be the buffalo tear and share. Oh wait, this is not the buffalo tear and share. I did get a little cheese pizza for free with the wings because I used the promo code from a receipt survey. I guess I'm trying the little cheese pizza one first. Looks super good, super fluffy. Nice layer of oil on the cheese. Hopefully the camera's picking that up for you. The crust is perfectly done, even on the bottom. That's some good cheese pizza. It's It's cheese pizza. What else can I say? It's nothing special, but I got it for free. That's why I ordered the wings online, to get this for free. So normally I think this is probably like $5 or $6 on their menu, not 100% sure, but I got it for free. The edge of the crust has a really nice crispiness to it, and then the base has a slight crispiness, but the pizza on top is so fluffy. The only complaint I have about it is probably that there's not as much sauce on here as I'd like there to be. The cheese is nice too. It's got a little bit of crispiness, which I really like on the cheese. I'm gonna have to give this plain cheese pizza a 4.8 out of 10. Almost solid, just okay regular pizza. The only downside is it doesn't have enough sauce on there, and obviously not too much flavor because it's a cheese pizza. And let's see what's in this box before I start naming what it is. Oh, this looks like the steak and cheese pizza. Now the size of this is getting bigger. Got big sliced pieces of steak, crispy on the outside from cooking in the oven, I'm assuming, and there's also some onion, it looks like, on that one. Maybe a piece of onion, or there's cheese melted on it. It looks like there's tomato sauce on here. Online I thought it said it had cheese sauce. Maybe it does. Oh wait, I think it has tomato sauce and cheese sauce. It looks like extra melted in the edge there. Anyways, steak and cheese is a signature in New Zealand, and wow, that light beam is blinding. So I had to get the steak and cheese pizza. This one looks way better. Got a piece of onion, so there's onion, steak, and cheese on here. Now, let me give this a bite. This is extremely good. I gotta give it a couple more bites to give it a fair rating though. Wow. The price of this steak and cheese pizza, size large, this was the size large pan, was only $10 for the price. I think this is a really good deal because of how good this tastes. The steak is super soft. It did look like it was gonna be a bit burnt on the edges, or was a bit burnt on the edges, looks like that. But when I bit into it, it's just soft, melts in your mouth steak, which really surprises me for a pizza topping. And then it does have the tomato sauce, but hopefully the camera does it justice. It probably doesn't. There's also a layer of cheese sauce under the cheese that just makes this extra good, like super creamy bite. The crust on here is just how Pizza Hut crust almost always is. It's got that nice crunchy butteriness to it. The base isn't as fluffy on this one. It is, don't get me wrong, it still is fluffy. It's not as fluffy as just the cheese one, but it's probably because of the size of it. I like this one better than the cheese one for sure. I'm going to have to give the steak and cheese pan an 8.8 out of 10. This thing is really good, especially for the price. It's just like a flavor combo extremely well done. Now to try the next thing. Now this one is the one I was waiting for. This right here is the buffalo tear and share. So it's supposed to have buffalo sauce and cheese and garlic, and you just rip off a piece and bite it. Obviously the corner piece isn't gonna be as good, so I'll just go one over and grab this piece right here. Oh wow, that looks so good with the light shining on. Oh, the cheese pull on there is so good too. I'm excited for this one, and I almost just stuck my tripod into all this grease. I do see a little bit of buffalo sauce in there. I'm sure you can see it too. I have a feeling it's not gonna be spicy at all, but I'm in New Zealand. Sorry everybody, you guys don't do spicy food. You probably already know it. If you're watching this and you're from New Zealand, which fast food has the spiciest items? Let me know. It smells so fragrant with all the garlic and other aromatics that they put on here. Let me stop talking about it and let me get a bite of it though. So first impressions on that first bite, the edge was nice and crunchy, but the cheese on the inside of it is very soft. I didn't get any taste of that buffalo sauce or too much garlic taste yet, so I gotta give another bite for sure. This smells better and looks better than it is. It's not super bad, don't get me wrong, but after the second bite, I'm able to tell the garlic and definitely the buffalo flavor. There's more garlic flavor than buffalo, but both of them are pretty light for my liking. Besides that, it's good. It's just not very flavorful. If I didn't already say, it was $5.99 for this tear and share. And the inside, the cheese melted on it is nice and crispy. The crust is crispy, but the filling isn't as good as I'd like. It is a bit doughy in the middle, a little bit too much. That's the most buffalo that's in this, so it's not spicy at all. It actually kind of tastes sweet, which is really confusing me. I'm going to have to give the cheesy buffalo garlic tear and share just a 4 out of 10. I know there was a couple things at Domino's that also got a 4 out of 10, so equal with the worst things I've had in New Zealand for fast food pizza, but I would eat it, but I wouldn't pay for this again. I'll put it that way. I've only got a couple of items left. My next item is going to be the garlic cheesy double decker, and the garlic cheesy double decker was $11. I'm not sure what makes it a double decker. Maybe I'm gonna need to take a bite. Actually, I think I already see. This is really interesting. So look at this. So looks just like a normal pizza, right? There's this crust on here. This one's coming up though. Oh, and there's the layer of cheese in there. That's what makes it a double decker. This looks extremely good. The cheese on here is just so nice and melted. I'm gonna have to give a nice bite of this with that nice layer of cheese in the middle. Makes it a double decker, which is also new to New Zealand. Maybe anywhere. I've never heard of this one before. This is interesting. I don't think I've had a pizza like this before. The crust, just like on everything else, is nice and crunchy and buttery, cooked perfect on the bottom and the edges. So Pizza Hut's got the best crust, in my opinion, from all of them that I've tried in New Zealand. It is a little doughy in the center, but the bottom doesn't look like it is, so it must have to do something with that extra layer that they put on here to make it the double decker. There's not much of a garlic flavor on here either. Can't taste the tomato sauce, so those are downsides. But if you like cheese, there's heaps of cheese in this thing. I'm going to have to give the cheesy garlic double decker a 5.9 out of 10. I think 5.9 out of 10 is fair. It's not right at a 6 yet because there's just such a lack of garlic flavor and flavor from the tomato sauce. I've got one last pizza to try. So I don't know if you could hear it or not. I know I was recording, but this last pizza, the Big New Yorker, they're actually out of the right crust for it, which was kind of a disappointment. But that worker that was in there, extremely nice. Once again, extremely nice. Kindly upgraded it to the cheese stuffed crust, which normally costs $4 extra or something like that. So that's cool. I get to try the cheese stuffed crust for free. This is their Big New Yorker. So I'm not gonna have that right New York style crust, but this crust looks really interesting. Nice texture on it. And then the pepperonis, all different sizes. Looks like there's quite a bit of cheese on here too. This is definitely more thin than all the other ones, than the pans. So this is still different. I'm really struggling to do this with one hand. All right, there I go. Look at that nice piece of cheese pizza. No, well, cheese pizza, it says pepperoni on it. What am I talking about? Nice cheese of pizza. I can't even talk anymore. All right, now let me get a bite of this though. The pepperonis are nice and crunchy on the edges, which I wasn't really expecting. It might be those small little ones that are on there you can see. And still super greasy. Pepperoni normally is greasy. New York style pizza is normally greasy, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. The tomato sauce on here, once again, doesn't have a flavor, so their tomato sauce at Pizza Hut isn't the same as it is in the US. Maybe they just put a lot less, but the cheese on here is good, but I don't like it as much because it's covered in the grease, but that's my fault for ordering the pepperoni one. And they do definitely put a fair amount of cheese on there. You can see that's just all cheese hanging off. The crust on this one does look a bit different than the other one. So far the base tastes pretty good, but I haven't tried the cheese stuff, so let me try that. It's a good flavor, but the cheese in the crust has a grainy texture, which I don't know why. And it's also colder than the rest of the pizza and the rest of everything else I've eaten. I'm not 100% sure about this cheese stuffed crust. If this is how the cheese stuffed crust always is, I don't think it's worth paying the extra for, that's for sure. The price of this one, I don't think I said it, but it was $14. The size is extra large though. I think I'm going to have to rate the Big New Yorker pepperoni with the cheese stuffed crust a 4.6 out of 10. I think possibly if it had the right crust on here, I'd rank it a bit higher, but the graininess of the cheese and how the fact that it's kind of cold in the crust throws me off a little bit. Well, Pizza Hut in New Zealand definitely surprised me with some things, especially those wings and that steak and cheese pizza. I might be getting that one again before I leave New Zealand if I have time. Overall, I'd say it's slightly better than Domino's. Depends on which ones you order again, of course. Thank you everybody who has watched this video, and thank you to anybody who's watched any of my videos at all. Please make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this content, and subscribe if you aren't already, because I've got a lot of good future food content coming for you and some travel food content for you that you're not going to want to miss. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next one, have a good one.